Alright, in this video what we're doing is we're going to go over all of the gear in Naxx and where should it go, right? Who's it the best for? Not who's it second best for, right? We have a short time window here and we want to distribute gear in the best way possible. We don't want to give someone Castigator and then next week give them Aggressor, right? So we're going to talk about loot priority, things like that. Where is an item best suited? And I'm just giving you my opinion. I've played Naxx like a bajillion times over the last 4 or 5 years. So let's get into it. We're going to go boss by boss, talking about what are the good drops the boss has and the bad drops. And then we're going to go over the tier items at the end, okay? And of course, we'll cover the trash items as well, because there's some really good trash drops in here. So the first boss is Anub'rekhan. What they drop is they're going to drop 1 bracer token and they're going to drop 5 items. So they drop this tank cloak. It's not that great. Like, it's the best tank cloak in the game, but like tank cloaks, mitigation cloaks, who really cares about that? So when this drops, you're just going to say, tanks, roll, who wants it, that kind of thing. It's going to drop a frost neck. When this drops, hey, we need frost gear, but it's not the item you want to see. So you roll it out, whoever gets it, and don't just give one person all the frost gear, spread it out. Gem of Nerubus. If for some reason there's a caster who just has an absolutely horrendous offhand, a mage or a warlock, give it to them. Otherwise, it's off spec. Here you go, druid, boomkin, off spec, whatever. Now, Band of Unanswered Prayers is a very good healing ring. You're going to want to give it to someone who has not... Furu. Oh my gosh, you crazy cat. Why are you always coming in front of the camera? Go on the floor. I tell you, he always wants to be on camera. If there's a healer who already has like a pure Elementium band, I would say, brother, why do you want to be behind the computer? You're gonna mess with my cords, and then you turn you make the camera freeze. Oh, you just froze the camera, bro. You just froze the camera. He froze the camera, didn't he? He froze the freaking camera. We're back. If you've already got a pure Elementium band or something, a Ring of the Martyr, maybe don't get this as your second ring, because we want to spread the love out. And I guarantee you there's some healers in your raid who are still using the ZG rings, And remember, there's going to be your tier 3 ring. It's like, for a priest, it's 55 healing. So if you've already got a Peb, maybe spread the love, is all I'm saying. Risk Guards of Vengeance, we would love for this to just drop every single time you kill the boss. Everyone, Oprah Winfrey, you get a Risk Guard of Vengeance. You get a Risk Guards of Vengeance. That would be great. That would be great. Next, we have Grand Widow Faerlina. She's also going to drop 1 of the 3 different wrist tokens. She drops 2 of these Frost Resist shoulders. Roll them out. If for some reason your casters don't have Choker and they don't have the neck from Vecnilash, well then give this to that person. Otherwise, off spec. No one's going to shed a tear about that necklace. Widow's Remorse, a fantastic tanking weapon. But once the tanks who want it have it, if you get a lot of these, give it to the rogues if they still don't have a good offhand. Sword rogues. This is a little bit more healing than the rank 14 weapon. But I know in my guild, we still have healers who are using a ZG weapon. So I would want to prio this to those healers just to give them something. On to Maexxna. This boss drops the glove token and they will drop 2 tokens. They drop, as we like to call it, Crystal Web Wobe. And it's not that good. Not that good. You don't want to see this. And you definitely don't want to see this necklace. What's it? What's the name of the necklace? I forget. But the other 3 drops are great. Maexxna's Fang. It's not the best item she can drop, but I guarantee you there's a lot of rogues who will be happy. This is a fantastic tank weapon for dagger tanks, or an offhand if you're an off race like a gnome or a dwarf. Wraithblade, best in slot for mage and lock. But what we really want, what we really want, tell you what you want, what you really want is the Kiss of the Spider. Fantastic, right? For your warriors and rogues, hunters, GTFO. Yeah. We have Noth. He is going to drop 1 belt token. This trinket is, or sorry, it's not a trinket, it's a relic. On Horde, it's this one. On Alliance, you get the Flash of Light one. Very good for Paladins. Very good for Paladins. For Shamans, it's trash. If for Shamans, it was like return mana on Chain Heal, it'd be interesting. But that is trash. And you will disenchant it. Hailstone Band, just roll it to someone who needs a Frost Ring. It says dodge, but tanks don't wear Frost gear. So you just give it to whoever wants it. A Healing Offhand, which is like worse than the one from AQ40. And it's practically the same as the one from Alterac Valley. Whatever. This Cloak of the Scourge, I think of it as a PvP cloak because of so much stamina. But you can tank with this, especially if you're needing hit. It's not a horrible tank cloak. You get some attack power, you get some hit, you get stamina. Yeah. Band of the Inevitable. Probably prior to Warlocks. They always need the hit. But maybe mages need it as well. No stamina, but it's a good ring. And then what the orcs and even the off races, the dwarfs and the gnomes. Hatchet of Sundered Bone. This will carry you to the end of the game. It's very good. But this boss drops 6 items. So landing on the hatchet seems to happen less often than you'd prefer. Heigan the Unclean. He's not known for being sanitary or taking baths. He will drop 1 belt token. He's got a couple frost resist helmets, this plate one and this. People love when this drops because they get to say coif. It's the coif. You know, roll it out. Preceptor's Hat. Most spell damage in the game, so it's good for mages on Loatheb, but it's kind of like a meh. Necklace of Necropsy. If there's anyone who never got the healing necklace from Cthulhu, hey, there you go. If you're still using Jindos or something. Leggings of, or leg plates of Carnage. This is what you want to see every time. It's amazing for your DPS warriors. Loatheb is after that. There's no trash in between. You just zoom into Loatheb. He's going to drop 2 leg tokens. And you're going to hope he does not drop this piece of poop. Resist trinket. Or this ring. It's trash. You really don't even want to see this poll. Even the hunters probably don't even want to see this poll. But you're going to give it to a hunter and they'll like it. Brimstone Staff, because this has a lot of hit, usually it's prioed to the warlocks, but it's good for mages as well. Band of Unnatural Forces, it's incredible. Rogues and warriors, I don't care about hunters, sorry. I wouldn't give this to a hunter. Razuvious, he drops a lot of good stuff. He's going to drop Uon Boot token. This sucks. This is a sucky relic. This ring kind of sucks as well. The Fallen Defender ring. Good for Feral Druids because of the armor, or kind of a PvP ring. Veil of Eclipse, I mean, if someone still has nothing good, you can toss it to them. But Wand of the Whispering Dead, Bis Healing Wand. What you really want to see, however, is the Iblis. The rogues, they go crazy for this, and of course the human warriors. And then Girdle of the Mentor. If you have Onslaught Girdle, you should not get this belt. You've had the best belt for phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, 5. It's phase 6. Give it to the other people. You know what I'm saying? Furu, stop scratching at the vent. On the floor you go. On the floor you go. After this, we have Gothik the Harvester. He has only a couple good items. Bro. Move your butt. Move your butt. He's going to also drop a boot token. He's got some frost gear. These frost helmets, they always drop. Boots of Displacement, PvP Bis for Rogue and Druid. It also works for Night Elf Shadowmeld. Sadist Collar, PvP Bis, also great for tanks because it has those aggressive threat stats. And then Soul Harvester's Bindings, I would lean towards Mage over Warlock on this one just because the crit helps those ignites, and Warlocks usually still need that hit. Four Horsemen. They're going to drop 2 chest tokens. You're going to hope when you open that chest, you do not see this piece of crap maul. We have a mana per 5 trinket. It's nice on long fights, but again, you don't want to see this drop. But everything else is good. APOC leggings. Warriors can get this. Feral Druid probably is Prio on this one. But then great for Warriors because good luck everyone getting a Carnage. This is fantastic for Warriors. You can give it to Rogues. It's got good for Dagger PvP Rogue. But I think the Rogues should get the tier token leg because the Warrior legs suck. So I would give this to actually Warriors. Seal of the Damned, great PvP ring, but even good for PvE because it's got hit and crit with spell damage. No intellect though. Soul String, great for tanks. I would pry this to tanks. PvP Bis, of course. Corrupted Ashbringer, it looks cool. It's minus 25 stamina, not the greatest for PvP, but it looks cool. No more play. Patchwerk. He is going to drop a singular shoulder token. Of course, all of the bosses drop a splinter. The first 13 bosses drop Splinter of Atiesh. Going to drop an axe, which is not that much different than the rank 14 axe. Reanimation, you give it to a hunter, maybe a rogue, or a druid, feral. It's a low-hanging fruit. Really a strong shield here. Give it to one of the tanks who is going to be like tanking Four Horsemen or the main tank, whatever. Although the main tank might be like, I want the shield off of Sapphiron. This is a great shield. Second best in the game. Cloak of Suturing, mana per 5, and healing. It's a fantastic cloak. And then Wand of Fates, a hit wand. You might prio this to the Warlocks. Because mages usually have an easier time with hit. Yes, I hear you. Furu. Grobbulus, the man with no hands or face. How does he scratch his butt? That's all I want to know. He's also going to drop a shoulder token. He doesn't drop a lot of good stuff, honestly. Some frost gear for cloth or mail. Midnight Haze. Yeah, I mean, like, if someone's got the offhand, here's a great main hand. It's not as good as Wraithblade. It's a nice PvP item because it has 20 stamina, but yeah. Or give it to off-spec people if you do get a lot of Wraithblades for like a Shadow Priest or something. This is good for a tank or for PvP, stamina and attack power. End of Dreams, prio this to a feral, and then if there's any healers who are still struggling with a healing item, there you go. Of course, elemental shamans and shadow priests will want this as well. Gluth, the big dog. It's Clifford's brother, actually. Yeah. He's going to break up the tier set dropping pattern, and he's going to drop a random single tier piece from one of the first bosses. So that could be a bracer, a belt, or a boot. He can drop this offhand. You don't want to see it, though. He can drop this neck. You would prefer it stay missing. He can drop this sword. Whenever it drops, someone's going to yell over Discord. It's acronym CUM. This is a nice shield for pallies and shamans. But what we really want to see, or at least the mages, the rime-covered mantle. It's huge. It's huge. Then we have Thaddius. He's going to drop 2 helmet tokens. Everything that Thaddius drops is good. The least good item is the Eye of Diminution, but it still has a really beneficial use to reduce threat. So mages and even horde warriors, once the mages have it, this is great on those fights where they tend to pull threat. Spire of Twilight, it's a fantastic healing item. Leggings of Polarity, massive for the mages. Castigator, human warriors will rejoice. And the Plated A-Bomb, which is really good, although the Ghoul Skin Tunic is also really good. And we are close to the end. Sapphiron. How Sapphiron works is they are going to drop 1 caster item and 1 melee item. And also 4 shoulder enchants that are super powerful. Although the ZG enchants are still very good. And hopefully you're exalted by now. Please be exalted by now. Fortitude of the Scourge. You'll put this on your super tanky Patchwerk soaking item. Honestly, it's not that good. You'll give the first 2 or 3 to the tanks for their like Patchwerk soaking, and then you're just like, does anyone want this for PvP? Does any mage want this for their PvP shoulder or something like that? Power of the Scourge, very strong, very strong. This is going to give 15 spell power instead of the 18 that the ZG shoulder enchant does, but will give you a crit as well. Furu!
Very bad boy, Furu. Stop trying to get my attention, Furu. Can you hit the button here, Furu? Can we go to the next slide?
Might of the Scourge is amazing, yo. Amazing. It's a couple attack power less than the ZG one. Isn't that right, Furu? But you get a crit. It's very powerful. There's also the healing enchant, which is pretty good as well, right? 31 healing. And, okay, you want to jump down? You can jump down. And you get 5 mana for 5 as well. So, like I said, you're going to get 1 melee item from Sapphiron. You do not want to see this one. You do not want to see this one. The Glyph of Deflection is just trash. But there is a tank in my guild who loves this kind of stuff, even though I've explained how bad it is. But all of the other melee items are pretty good. Claw of the Frostworm. Great for PvP rogue. You can also actually do pretty decent as a rogue if you get the fist weapon from Blackwing Lair. Furu, oh my gosh. Shroud of Dominion. If you already have the the Cthulhu cloak, then you don't need this. Slayer's Crest is the big one. I didn't mention this for Kiss of the Spider, but usually I think what most guilds do or should do is, if you want to be eligible for one of these trinkets, you need to have grinded Earthstrike, right? If you don't put in the effort to get Earthstrike, we shouldn't be giving you like a free handout. Just because these are rare, they're highly desirable, and bro, why are you up there with the plates? I'm going on the desk. So Slayer's Crest is very good. DPS warrior, rogue, screw you hunters, in my opinion. Isn't that right, Furu? Should a feral druid get Slayer's Crest? No comment. It's going to drop one caster item. All of the caster items are pretty decent from Sapphiron, although this healing offhand, like there's so many other really good healing offhands, so it's like whatever. This is only like 6 spell power better than the one off at AQ40, but not many people have it, so it's still going to be like good for the first couple of drops. Cloak of Necropolis, massive cloak. Mages, warlocks, whoever, man. Grats, whoever gets that. Eye of the Dead, absolutely freaking massive. Massive trinket. The passive is practically the same as a rejuve gem. Yeah, man, just, roll it out to the healers, whoever SRs it, or however you want to do the loot council. That's not what this video is about, but it's very, 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 very good. Restrained Essence of Sapphiron. Restrained Essence of Sapphiron is also very good. It's kind of like Neltharin's Tear passive. So yeah. Mages, warlocks. Then we have Kel'Thuzad. Isn't that right, Furu? Kel'Thuzad. That's your favorite boss. Your favorite boss in the game. You told me so. Every time Kel'Thuzad's going to drop the Phylactery Kel'Thuzad. You're going to do a quest, and he's going to give you either the melee or the caster one. In my opinion, you shouldn't give this to mages. It's just so powerful for the warriors. Just warriors only. That's just my opinion. Neltharin's Tear and all these other things, they're already so good. So maybe I have a bias, but I think the warriors, they need some love. They need some love, don't they, Furu? Kel'Thuzad works in the same way, right? There's going to be 5 caster items and 6 melee items. He's going to drop 1 of each. Also 2 of the tier rings. So unfortunately, the caster items on Kel'Thuzad are not very interesting. There's really only one that you're hoping to see. So you got Soul Seeker. It's a bit more of a PvP staff. You can go on the floor. It's a bit more of a PvP staff. It's okay. It doesn't have any hit, so you need all the hit from your other gear. It's a lot of spell damage, though. You have Doomfinger. It's bis for mages. I would say mage over lock, because locks normally need the hit, so crit for the mages. Shield of Condemnation. Yeah, I mean, just roll it out. If they already have the shield off of Gluth, like, don't be greedy. Don't be a greedy, shieldy person. But it's whatever. Gem of Trapped Innocence, it is best in slot. But if you already have the Vecna Lashnak, like, spread the love. This is what you want to see. The Hammer of the Twisting Nether, 238 healing. Massive. Grass to whoever gets that. Might of Menethil, it's a great melee item, like for PvP. It's not exciting for PvE, but to get this week 1 and go clobbering people in PvP, that would be a very fun thing to do. But it's kind of like one of the lower tiers of melee items from KT. Then you get Stormrage's Talisman of Seething. It's good. Similar to Barbed Choker. Then you have Nerubian Slavemaker. Hunter, Prio. They'll be very happy. Hunters don't get a lot of gear. But it's those 3 items, when they drop, you're not like, yes! You're more like, eh. King's Fall. Rogues will lose their minds if they're a dagger rogue. Dagger tanks. It's amazing. Who would I prio it to? Like, probably the main tank. If he doesn't have Thunder Fury, give it to the main tank. Otherwise, give it to daggers. Dagger rogues. Gressel. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. On Horde, if it's a sword rogue, like, that's huge for them. Especially if they're a really skilled player. Or you need to use Edge Masters. It's good for both warriors and rogues. On Alliance, human warriors are going to definitely want that. But if you have if you have Castigator, you want to spread it out. But it's fantastic freaking weapon for both warriors and rogues. Tank Bis. It's a good offhand, but there's other good offhands for DPS warriors like Iblis. So yeah, main tank Prio. Very important, very important. So let's talk about some trash items. The misplaced server arm. You can get mages to farm this for you. Warriors, human warriors. Great for PvP with hemo rogues. Ghoul skin tunic, feral bis, but also warrior bis. So give it to the warriors. I don't have a lot of love for ferals. Ring of Eternal Flame, bis for mage. It seems to drop a lot. This one's very common. So is this buckler, man. You see so many of these bucklers. People like it in PvP for flag carrying or something, but whatever. Shaman PvP belt. It's the shoulders and the legs that are really good. So yeah, PvP bis for Shaman. I got a Pally belt. PvP bis for Paladin. Legs are good too. Kind of like a PvP-esque chest piece. Then Ringer of Doom. Very good tank, main hand. Fast. Also just a great dagger offhand for a rogue. If you enjoyed the video, drop me a sub and a comment. Catch me live on my Twitch channel, Dwarflord TV, to connect with me or say hi to me in game on any of my characters. Dwarflord out.
And they say that the Dwarf Lord could save us. I'm not gonna pave here and wait. I'll hold on to the beard of the Dwarf Lord. Watch as we heroic leap away.